I recently had someone ask me what happens when I start affirming something, because I think that for most of us, we get into affirmations, but we don't necessarily see anything changing, and we wonder, what's the point? So if that's you, then this video is going to assist you today. But before I begin, if you guys are interested, I do have a free anxiety relief meditation that I want to offer you if you have not already downloaded it, and it's going to be in the description box down below. But let's jump into today's video. So there are actually a few points that I want to make, so be sure to stay till the very end. So when we look at affirmations, essentially what that means is that we are affirming something that we want to have in our future, but we are affirming it in the present moment as to then link ourselves up with that future event. And I want to go into why I believe personally that people struggle to see results when it comes to manifestation, and actually why there's so much resistance to affirmations. And I see this, it's so interesting because the law of attraction community actually seems very split in terms of this. I see some people who only talk about affirmations and this is what their firm, strategy and technique is. And then you have other people who are so anti-affirmations. And I believe this split in views regarding techniques has to do with the full understanding of what's happening. So if I'm affirming something, but I don't understand why I'm affirming, or I don't understand, what that's actually doing, then I'll probably give up on affirmations, or I may try it for a bit, stop, try it for a bit, and because of that inconsistency, I'm not going to see the results. So I want to explain today what actually happens when you start to affirm something. But first we need to understand that we live in this physical world where there are parallel realities. And what that means is that at any point in time, there are a multitude of different outcomes that we could be experiencing, but we are only tapped into the reality that matches our vibrational frequency. So when I start affirming something over here, what I'm now doing is I'm creating a new reality over here. So I'm affirming and I'm affirming and I'm affirming, and over here it's happening, but I can't see it yet because I'm not a vibrational match to it. So all of the affirming that you're doing is creating a new reality. And this is why oftentimes when you start affirming something consistently, you see signs, you see synchronicities, you see all of these things that represent what you want, but often people are not seeing the full manifestation. The reason why is because when you do an affirmation, it's creating a charge. So that is mental work. You're creating a charge, which is creating that new reality over here that you can't physically see yet, right? You're not a match to this yet. You're in this reality right here. This is what you're a match to. And this new reality that you're affirming is being created through these affirmations, and it's becoming more potent and more real over here, which is why the signs are intensifying over here, but you're not seeing it yet because you're not a vibrational match to it. You're not up here yet where you can actually see it. So really the question is, how do I get from here to here so that I can actually see this new reality that I've been affirming? This is what people are missing when it comes to affirmation. I can affirm something and affirm something and affirm something, and yes, it is doing something. So it is creating a new reality. But until I feel connected to that affirmation, until I really feel that that affirmation is true, I will not see it. Because it's the feeling that magnetizes the experience in. So if I'm just saying something over and over again, it doesn't mean that it's not doing something, but the reason why I'm not seeing the results is because I'm not feeling into it. Feeling is magnetic, and once you understand this, you understand how to manifest. And it's really that simple. So the thought creates that charge. It creates the vision. It starts to get the reality rolling. But it's the feeling of, okay, I have this now, the feeling of embodying that in this present moment, right? And that's why it's so important that we get beyond what is, because if I keep observing the current reality, then I'm going to stay stuck in that feeling space, and I'm never going to raise up to experience my new reality. So that's why any of these techniques that you do, whether it be affirmations, visualizations, hypnosis, really the reason why you're doing that is because you're trying to tap into the feeling state. The feeling is what draws the experience in. But this is not to say that your affirmations aren't working, because they are. And I think this is where a lot of the confusion comes in of, again, I'm seeing signs and I'm seeing I feel like I'm, so close, but it's not yet here. And most likely that feeling of I'm so close is really accurate, that you are close, but you're not fully there yet. So it's almost like you're stuck in that kind of purgatory, right? Where you're in between two worlds and you're not fully experiencing that. And to be able to have that shift is to really solidify the feeling within. And what affirmations can help you do is, you keep creating that charge over and over and over again, and eventually your subconscious mind starts to get a hold of this. And when you start affirming something to yourself and your subconscious mind believes it, the subconscious mind is all about feeling. Right? The conscious mind is mental. The subconscious mind is all feeling. So once the subconscious mind gets a hold of something, you feel it. And this is why often too, and I know this personally for myself, is that when something is going to manifest in my experience, I already know what's going to happen. Why? Because it's a deep-rooted feeling. I know in my gut. So it doesn't even matter to me what I'm seeing because I have this deep knowing. And until you get to that place of having a deep knowing of what is to come in your experience, then it's not a full solidified belief. And that's okay. That means that your work is to figure out, how can I make this a core belief? How can I make this a core feeling? Because once it is, I am now a magnet for that experience. So I hope that this video was helpful and could give you some insight. If you guys are wanting my 7-step process to conscious manifestation, I highly recommend that course, especially if you guys have been struggling with manifestation. There are many ways in which we actually leak power energetically, and this conscious manifestation masterclass goes into this. Keep in mind that manifestation is simple, but it's not easy. So being able to have sort of an understanding of what's going on a vibrational level, a spiritual level, and a physical level can be very helpful. So I recommend the course down below if you're interested. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to download that free guided meditation if you are dealing with anxiety and stress, and I will see you soon. Take care.